So I want to walk you through using a microscope. So we're using compound light microscopes. There's a few bits and pieces just in terms of anatomy worth pointing out, and there'll probably be a little side video somewhere, no, right here, that will show you me going through the parts a little zoomed in. So I'll make reference to things called eyepieces. That would be up here. So use both eyes, don't close one eye. It actually is easier if you use both eyes. There are things called objective lenses, which are down here on the bottom. These objective lenses have colors, so you have a blue, that is what we call high power, yellow, low power, red is scanning. There'll be another one that turns out to be for something called oil immersion. We don't have that. What you're going to want to do when you use these is, in order for it to actually be working, there's a clicking noise. Hear that? That means the scanning lens is down. Use the low. You have to hear the click. It'll snap in. If you look in the front, it snaps into place right there. When you put the microscopes away, we should have it so the no objective lens is aimed down, meaning it's going to be the oil immersion lens down at the bottom. When you use slides, is you have to make sure that the slide fits onto what we call the mechanical stage. So it actually will snap into place like that. And then what you can do is, using these dials on the side, it will move the stage for you. However you move it, it's going to be opposite, meaning if the stage is moving as you face it to the right, you're going to see it move to the left, and if you move it up, and what you see is it's going to be moving backwards, so just keep that in mind. It's kind of screwy at the start. What you always do, or what I do, is I always start with the red lens down, then I get it into focus. Red lens down, I usually aim at like the edge of the cover slip, and then I use the big black knob to get it into focus. Once that's the case, I switch over to the yellow lens, use the red knob, which is fine focus, and eventually it'll come into B. And then if I need to, I'll go to the high power and then focus. If I ever lose what I'm looking at, I start back over at the beginning, because there's no point in trying to find it if it's out of focus or it's totally lost on either the low power or the high power. It's going to take you too long. So I just start over again, honestly. Every time you take out slides, it's just start, take it out, put it back. At the end of the day, whenever you're done, or the end of the period, again, it's no objective lens down. I wrap the cord behind, and most importantly, take the slide off. So when you actually make a slide that is going to have cheek cells on it, or any other type of tissue, but we're going to use cheek cells, what you're going to want to do is take the toothpick. I don't have a toothpick with me, but you'll swab the inside of your mouth. You don't want to be gentle, but you don't want to be too violent. You don't need blood. I go after both sides, and then what you do is you end up putting that onto the slide, but there already needs to be a drop of water or some type of liquid. If you're just looking at the cells unstained, a drop of water will do. If you're looking at something with a stain, I'd put a drop of the stain on there. And then what you do is you take the cover slip. The cover slips are really, really tiny. And some of them are made out of plastic. This one's plastic. Some of them are made out of glass. The glass ones, when they break, they cut horribly. With these, you just have to be careful that you don't shove them under your fingernails, because it's going to really hurt. What you then do is you place it on top of the slide so that all the liquid runs along the edge of the cover slip, and then you slowly drop it down. That should have removed most of the air bubbles. When you have that, feel free to use the slide. When you are done, what you're going to need to do is take the cover slip off, rinse it off, and then you should be rinse it off, dry it off, start all over. You don't need to throw away the cover slip. We can use them over and over again. Same thing with the slides.